We got Instagram, we got YouTube, we got Podbean. Let's go ahead and bring on the website. Everything directed at www.mytsports.net. That's M as in Mike, Y as in Yankee, T as in Tango, sports.net. Oh yeah, now that we have all elements in here, let's go ahead and start this motherfucking show.
As Metro's Mercury grade approaches, I shall create the illest podcast known to mankind.
But Master, what are you going to do?
Howard Stern, Stephen A. Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle.
Why Dave Chappelle?
Can I try that?
Cause he's a funny motherfucker.
Yeah, run that back, run that back, run that back.
Jay-Z. As Metro's Mercury grade approaches, I shall create the illest podcast known to mankind.
But Master, what are you going to do?
Howard Stern, Stephen A. Smith, Joe Rogan, Dave Chappelle.
Why Dave Chappelle?
Cause he's a funny motherfucker. Jay-Z.
Jay-Z?
Because he has money. You fucking dickhead.
Oh, I'm sorry, Master. I'm very sorry.
The heart of India. The strength of a black man. And the pride of a Spaniard. I present to you MyT. It's alive.
He's walking, Master. He's walking.
MyT Sports.
Don't worry, your boy had a wardrobe malfunction. In case you Instagram people are looking for me, I'm coming right back. I had to get the color scheme right. I don't think you guys even understand until you fully see me. Don't worry, I should have even done the bandana differently, but don't even worry about that. Let's go ahead and get these curtains up. Good evening, and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. Let me make sure that everybody can hear me, that I am good on all accounts. Yo, Instagram check, YouTube check, Mixlr check, website check, everything check, check, check. Yo, apparently YouTube isn't receiving enough bandwidth stream. We'll continue to monitor that situation as well. But hey, yo, good evening and welcome back to another edition of the MyT Sports Podcast. I am your host, the one and only Dalton Ma Taylor. Yo, it is another Fuego day in the hottest city in the world. Yeah, that is, we're talking about South Florida. It's B.I.H. Yeah, I'm a New Yorker at heart. I know you see the orange and blue dripping from your blood. That shit's in my veins too, and it's all over my slur. I leave it in my lexicon. Don't you get it twisted. Alrighty, yo, we got a big show for you today, as this is season 6, episode 120, excerpt 313 of the MyT Sports Podcast. And what we have for you today, oh man, here it goes again. We have old school baseball coming up in the docket again. We got Boston versus Washington. One team rising, one team falls flat as fuck. We got the coach of the year announced, right? We have Indiana versus Charlotte and the Carolina Blues, right? We got the heavyweight fight in Jeopardy. Speaking of Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers still wants out in Green Bay, and later on tonight, folks, we have the most anticipated play-in game in NBA history. We have all that and more on the MyT Sports Podcast. And for those that was looking, right? For those that were like, yo, I thought you was gonna do a bonus money podcast before the sports shit started. Well, blame that on KJ. He never showed up. I ain't even get a phone call. I ain't get no nothing. I think he just walked into the building. We gonna see if we can talk some money while he's here. We gonna see how he's off there. You know what? See there? Look, I told you that was KJ. So when he was like, yo, I'm gonna pop up at the podcast 2 hours early, what he meant was really like 10 minutes late. Which is cool. Because that means I'm going to have him for the majority of the podcast. We'll do whatever money talks I will have to do here on the podcast. We're going to be all over the place. Listen, we got old school baseball, like I said, taking up the docket. We got Boston versus Washington. One team rising, one team flying and fall as fuck. We got the coach of the year that was announced. We got Indiana versus Charlotte and their Carolina Blues. A heavyweight fight in Jeopardy. Speaking of Jeopardy, Aaron Rodgers wants to be out in Green Bay. And we have the most anticipated play-in game in NBA history. We have all that and a whole lot more to talk about. We got Blue Chew. Of course, we got that Knicks talk. You know we stay with that Knicks talk. But you know what we really like to do? You know what we really like to do for you guys, right? Is that we like to start off the podcast with our little birthday shout-outs. Say, hey, yo, cut the beat. Let's go ahead and get our birthday shout-outs out of the way. Yeah. We said it's your birthday. Yeah, it's your birthday. Check it. What the fuck is going on here? Check it. Yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it. Alright, first birthday, and actually the only two birthdays that we have, right, is actually right now, right? It's actually not right now, it's actually today, I should say, right? Very first birthday that I have to announce is the birthday of one Brew Crew member, right? Honorary Brew Crew member at Jake's, right? Right? But Brew Crew member, Annette Russell. Yeah, Annette Russell, it's your birthday today, so you know from us to the MyT Sports Podcast, we want to say, yeah, it's your birthday. We said it's your birthday. Check it. All right, another birthday on the docket, right? We have a long time friend of mine. And when I say long time friend, I can honestly say this is probably my longest friend in history. Now I know you guys always hear me talk about Lewis, like my boy Lewis. And while Lewis may be my closest of my longest friends of all time, he would Lewis may be like my second longest friend of all time, right? Right. There's no other person that I have possibly known longer, could have known longer, right? And that is one Tony Adams. Now, Tony Adams also happens to be in the Army. I think he joined a couple of years after I did as well. Now, he's one of those people that, he's one of those people that I've known so long that he's basically considered family. I'd like to be honest with you. And also, right? Not only is he like I said, one of my longest friends, and also, right, and also long enough to be called family. Like it's just one of those. I hate my job. Oh shit! That's why you.
But yeah, y'all need to see it. Yeah. You know the vibes.
Oh.
You know the vibes.
Yo,
you know what it is.
I gotta go get my playoff shirt from Lewis's dad's house.
New York. I might need to go get me another shirt on Saturday.
Oh no, listen, I had a shirt dilemma going on today. Like I wasn't even sure who I was gonna wear. Oh, let's see who popped up in the room so far. So far we got chill whatever in the chat room. So Tony Adams, right? Who I grew up calling Grillo. Well, his name ain't even Grillo, right? His name was Grillo, but I was too young to pronounce that shit properly. So I used to call him just Grillo, right? So I want to say happy birthday to him. Like I said, one of my longest friend in my lifetime in history. We don't even talk long enough, but you know, it's one of those things. Like the moment that we do talk, you know, the love is always there, and you reconnect instantly.
It's a celebration.
So to Annette and to Grillo, right? I want to say happy birthday. Party hard. Enjoy everything. Regret nothing. Say what's up to the family for me, and stay MyT. From all of us here on the MyT Sports Podcast to all of yous, right? I want to say happy birthday. Now, I'm gonna keep the celebration music up a little bit, right? The happy birthday music's music up just a little bit longer, and that is only because
You like bacon and eggs?
actually it's probably gonna cut off right now. So this is perfect timing. Let's not that I like bacon. Oh yeah. I like bacon eggs. Is that we have a retirement to actually add to our podcast today. And I know podcast isn't really, and I know retirement isn't really a celebration in a sense, but it is a celebration of somebody's career. You know what I mean? Especially when you've been there so long, or you've had an illustrious career, right? And that is to one Marv Albert.
Whoa.
Marv Albert is retiring. And we want to go ahead and make sure that we keep the celebration music up for Marv Albert because his career is to be big up. You know what I mean? It is to be
Forget the fact he had that sexual assault charge and bit that one lady. Actually, no, don't forget that because we respect the women around here.
I didn't even know about that, to be honest with you.
It just hit me. He had that shit back in 97.
97?
97. That's when niggas was wilding and tweaking back then.
That's when we didn't even know no better.
Exactly.
To be honest with you. Like, we knew, but we
knew, but you didn't give a fuck.
Yeah.
But either way, basketball's not gonna be the same without hearing yes.
Yeah, the great voice of Marv Albert.
Serving up a facial.
Like 60 years in the business, 22 years with Turner Sports, right? Iconic voice of the NBA, right? As you said, you I got you. I understand how that goes. My bad, everybody. You know how that goes. Sometimes we have a little bit of technical difficulties. Oh shit. I'm getting mega feedback. There you go. Okay. Sorry about that, everybody. Sorry about that. We are back to
Technical difficulties.
Right, so we want to say definitely give a big shout out. And you know, we already gave a big up. We'll give another big up, right? Big up. Marv Albert and his career. He's gonna be retiring right after the Eastern Conference Finals.
Hopefully, the Eastern Conference Finals go 7 games and they're all classics.
And hopefully, it's going through New York in some way, shape, or form.
Amen. Preferably the orange and blue skies.
Man, if we get orange and blue, in the Eastern Conference Championship,
I'm gonna be drunk for 2 weeks.
I don't know how I'm gonna act, B.
I'm gonna be high.
Like people think Knicks fans are annoying now. I don't know how I would act. I see Chill Will in the room. I see Chill Will out there. Whenever you're ready to call up Chill Will, the phone lines are open. We are officially done with all celebratory.
I need more ice in these cups. Be right back.
Okay, don't worry, because we're about to get to the first thing first. You know what? And
oh no, I gotta get a biggie. I gotta get the first things first.
all right, so I'm gonna need you. I'm gonna need you. I don't got no more bullshit to talk about. Okay, let's continue.
You can bullshit.
Let's continue the bullshit about. You know what? I do have some things that I can bullshit about, but they involve KJ as well. Oh my God, that's actually the bad thing about it, right? So let's go ahead and cut it. Let's give you some early edition Knicks talk. Let's give you some early edition Knicks talk. Right? Actually, let's talk about the New York Knicks. I was gonna say that. Let's switch it up and talk Lakers. Whoa, hold on! I don't mean to. You can't be holding him up. Yo, I had to really get them squared away. Now don't you guys forget that we have a couple of sponsors. The United States Army is always one of them, right? They're our silent sponsor. Like I get nothing for bigging up the United States Army. I'm just thinking that everybody should go ahead and join some form of military branch. I mean, it is just the way to get structure. If you're one of those young kids and you kind of know what you want to do, even you don't know what you want to do. Like it happens to be one of those big grandiose gestures. Now I'm gonna tell you something, right? I'm gonna tease you guys with something. For those that this is the very first time that they're watching the podcast, I know you see your boy with the orange #1 New York Knicks shirt on. Now I'm gonna let you know this isn't for Obi-Wan. This isn't for Obi-Wan Kenobi toppings. Now this isn't for him. Au contraire, mon frere. Like this actually happens to be for the great stat himself, standing tall and talented. You know what I mean? Exactly, standing tall and talented. Right? That is for the one great Amari Stoudemire. All right, who I wonder if Amari Stoudemire is going to make it into the Hall of Fame, right? I really am curious about that. And the only reason why I'm curious if Amari Stoudemire is going to make it into the Hall of Fame because they just inducted Chris Bosh into the Hall of Fame, and Chris Bosh is basically Amari Stoudemire without Amari Stoudemire is basically Chris Bosh without the rings. Like you can't really convince me of much less. Let's see. That's what happens when you leave me by myself to go on a tangent.
And now I regret it.